Okay, so this dude is straight up broken, just sitting under a bridge, looking wrecked. It's nighttime, stars everywhere. The scene is super bleak, honestly. He's got cuts all over his face, clearly been through something rough, but he doesn't even flinch. But then, a golden-haired guy finds him, seemingly out of nowhere, and the mood shifts. The starry sky is intense, like a sign of things to come, setting a crazy vibe. This blonde dude asks if the world knocked him down, and our boy doesn't even look up, cold as ice. He tells him to listen up, trying to reach out, but this dude is seriously shut off from everything. The blonde guy is determined though, and our boy finally makes eye contact, but it's not a good look. He's questioning everything, and honestly, you can feel the weight of the world on his shoulders. This is where it gets wild. He steps into the ring, and he's a natural, dodging everything with unreal reflexes. He promises the blonde guy they'll meet at the top, but it's a super hollow promise. This dude feels nothing. Cut to a boxing gym, and everyone's shocked. Apparently, this is where our boy is now. He starts training, and his footwork is insane, dodging punches before they're even thrown. No way. He's facing off against a local prodigy, and the guy is straight up terrified. You can see it. Bam! Our boy lands a punch, and it's a total knockout. The prodigy is down before he knows what hit him. Everyone's stunned, whispering about how this new guy is a monster, but he just stands there, emotionless. The coach is trying to figure out if he knew this kid, saying they were friends, but it's a confusing moment. Another fighter steps up, thinking he can take our boy. Big mistake, honestly. Another quick fight, another brutal knockout. This dude is demolishing everyone. It's not even a contest. The coach is looking at him with a steely gaze, sizing him up. He's got a plan brewing, you can feel it. The coach yells at everyone to keep practicing, but honestly, they're all staring at our boy. He's going toe-to-toe with a bigger opponent, and it's lightning fast, a blur of fists. Bam! Our boy lands a devastating blow, and the opponent goes flying, straight up demolished. The opponent is reeling, looking totally shocked, but our boy doesn't even flinch. This dude screams at him furious, but it's kinda pathetic, he's already lost. Another punch lands, and it's even harder this time, sending the guy stumbling back. Our boy's eyes are completely cold, focused. It's seriously intimidating. The opponent is getting wrecked, but he's still trying to fight, which, honestly, is kinda brave. Another hit connects, and the guy is totally out, completely lights out, no way. Our boy just stares down at him, expressionless, and you can tell this isn't about winning for him. Someone calls out Steel, and says the coach wants to see him, like right now. Everyone starts questioning if Steel should spar with someone his own size, but then they remember he's already ranked 3rd nationally. The coach approaches Steel, and this dude just stares back with those intense red eyes. It's kinda creepy. Steel is 26, 667 elabs and apparently bald, but honestly that's the least interesting thing about him. The coach says his name, and Steel just hums back. No emotion, no reaction, straight up unsettling. Suddenly, someone yells, "Be gentle." Like, seriously, what does that even mean? Steel's face is totally blank, but you can see the tension in his shoulders. He's ready for anything. The coach is looking at him with a steely gaze, sizing him up. He's got a plan brewing, you can feel it. Our boy's eyes are completely cold-focused. It's seriously intimidating. He's going toe-to-toe with a bigger opponent, and it's lightning fast, a blur of fists. Steel just launches a flurry of punches, and it's brutal. The other guy barely sees it coming. He's reeling, trying to block, but Steel's attacks are relentless. It's a total beatdown. The coach is watching intently, and someone else calls out that Steel is finally showing his true power. Steel connects with a devastating blow, sending the opponent flying backwards and swaying wildly. The guy crashes to the ground, and it looks serious, like really serious. Blood is everywhere. Everyone's shocked, but then one guy starts grinning, saying Steel is exactly what they needed. The coach is still analyzing Steel, and you can tell he's impressed, but also a little concerned. Steel just stands there, totally unfazed, while the other boxer is clearly out of commission. But the coach isn't stopping the match. He wants to see how far Steel will go. And honestly, this dude's coach is playing with fire. Steel looks like he could destroy everything. No way, Steel just lands a haymaker, sending his opponent flying across the ring. The coach remembers the first time he saw Steel, realizing this kid is different, special, even. Everyone watching is stunned, mouths open, because Steel doesn't even flinch after that hit. We get a close-up of Steel's eye. It's intense, with this weird red glint, and bro is totally emotionless. The opponent tries to get up, looking dazed, but Steel is already on him. It's relentless. Steel's opponent manages to block, but the force of the impact is insane. You can see the cracks forming. But Steel isn't done. He's demanding his opponent show him something, anything, and it's creepy. Another huge blow lands in boom. The sound effect says it all. This dude is getting demolished. The opponent is completely wrecked, but Steel is still standing, still demanding a reaction. It's wild. Steel's grip tightens, and you can see the raw power in his hands. This isn't a fight, it's a statement. The coach is shocked. He can't believe Steel is still standing after that brutal punch. We get a terrifying close-up of the opponent's eyes, blazing with anger and a strange intensity. The opponent yells, demanding to know what Steel is trying to prove with all this. But Steel doesn't respond. He just stares, his expression completely blank, and it's unsettling. The opponent winds up for a massive right hook, looking to finally take Steel down. Steel dodges with insane speed. Seriously, this dude moves like lightning? He counters with a devastating blow of his own, sending the opponent reeling backward. The opponent stumbles, trying to stay upright, but it's no use. He's going down. And Nuda JM, Steel delivers a final, crushing punch, sending his opponent crashing to the canvas. Our boy stands over him, completely unfazed, and honestly, it's kinda scary how cold he is. The opponent tries to get up, but Steel just unleashes another furious barrage of punches. It's relentless. Everyone watching is straight up terrified. They've never seen someone take this much punishment. The opponent's eye is swelling up, bloodshot, and he's desperately trying to track Steel's movements. But Steel is too fast. No way this guy can keep up with those reflexes, it's insane. He's landing blow after blow, and the opponent is completely overwhelmed. It's a brutal beatdown. The opponent shouts he can't track Steel. He's moving too quickly. It's almost unreal. Steel doesn't say a word, just keeps punching. He's more than just fast, he's a machine. The opponent is reeling, face completely messed up, and desperately trying to block the attacks. He yells in frustration, but it's clear this fight is over. Steel is just too powerful. Our boy stands there, expressionless as ever, while his opponent is left broken and defeated. This old boxing coach is watching Steel and is seriously impressed. He's analyzing every move. Steel suddenly shifts his attack mid-combo, going from an uppercut to an overhand hook, which is risky. Normally, switching punches like that would kill your momentum, but this kid maintains perfect balance. The coach realizes Steel isn't just strong, he's fluid. Everything flows seamlessly together. He explains even seasoned boxers would get hit by that change up, because they're trained to react instantly. But Steel's boxing isn't about reaction, it's about total freedom, about not being bound by technique. And then bam, the coach gets decked by a lightning-fast punch, completely taking him by surprise. The coach is stunned, realizing this kid's skill is something he hasn't seen in a long time. A true gift. Steel is still standing there, breathing heavily, but it's like he's unlocking something within himself. The coach realizes this isn't just boxing, it's something else entirely, and it really exists. The coach tries to talk to Steel, but this dude straight up ignores him. He's lost in his own world. But suddenly Steel snaps back to reality, and his eyes they change. No way, they're glowing. The coach yells at him, demanding to know what's going on, but Steel just stares him down. Steel finally speaks, saying he doesn't understand why the coach keeps asking. It's kinda sad. However, the coach realizes this isn't about understanding. It's about Steel being completely detached from everything. Okay, so this dude walks into a gym and immediately starts getting messed with by some local thugs. They're really laying into him, but our boy doesn't even flinch. Just takes the punches like it's nothing. One of the guys yells at the others to just finish him, but honestly, this dude had it coming. We get a title card, the boxer, and then just a black screen of his head. Spooky. Episode 2 kicks off with someone staring down at him, and it's intense. This guy is not happy. The guy throws a punch, and our boy barely even reacts, dodging with reflexes that are straight up inhuman. Another punch comes, another dodge, and it's clear this dude isn't just skilled, he's on another level. He's taking a beating, but it doesn't seem to faze him, which is seriously unsettling everyone watching. This is getting crazy. The attacker keeps swinging, but our boy just doesn't feel it, doesn't respond at all. But the real mystery is why he's so stoic, like nothing can even touch him, both physically and emotionally. The attacker is losing it, yelling "no way" at our boy, but he just stares back, completely deadpan. This dude asks what he's saying, and honestly, the tension is thick enough to cut with a knife. Suddenly, a bunch of guys are on the ground, doing push-ups. Apparently, they're being made to repent. The old man is fuming, staring down at our boy, and it's clear he's not impressed with this whole scene. He demands to know why our boy didn't dodge those hits. but it's a legit question. Why wouldn't he? Our boy doesn't answer, just continues to stare blankly, and the old man looks like he's about to explode. The old man gets super close, and it looks like he's about to snap, but then he grabs our boy by the collar. He's practically spitting in his face, calling him worthless, but our boy doesn't even flinch. It's insane. But the old man isn't just angry, he's genuinely confused and maybe even a little scared of this kid. It's clear this dude is a total mystery, and the old man is realizing this isn't just a simple street fight. The old man is straight up losing his mind, yelling that our boy should have stayed out of it, and that the kid deserved whatever happened. He claims the kid didn't show respect to his seniors, like that justifies anything, honestly. Our boy just stands there, back turned, looking out at this depressing cityscape, completely unfazed. He mutters that he needs to be sure of something, and the vibe is intense, like he's making a huge decision. The old man suddenly reappears, grabs our boy and asks, "Hey, kid," like he's about to lay down some serious truth. But then, bam, a splash of red, and it looks like someone just got absolutely wrecked, no holding back. The scene cuts back to our boy, still staring out at the city, and it's clear he's not reacting to whatever just happened. The old man is demanding answers, but our boy isn't giving him anything, and it's driving him insane. This dude is a total enigma. He doesn't flinch, doesn't talk, doesn't even seem to breathe. It's creepy. However, the old man realizes this isn't about a simple fight, and something much bigger is going on with our boy. The coach is furious, demanding to know if our boy even understands what boxing is. He asks if this dude thinks hitting people is some kind of game, and honestly, it's a fair question. Our boy finally responds, flatly asking if it's any fun, and the coach just stares back, completely bewildered. The coach explodes, saying our boy lacks the desire for struggle, fame, or dominance, basically any normal human ambition. He claims our boy doesn't have the same hunger for superiority as everyone else, which is a pretty bold statement. The scene flashes back to that intense red energy, swirling around our boy. It's seriously unsettling. Now we see it's not just energy but a swirling mass of hands reaching and grasping, and it's terrifying. Our boy is back on the street, walking away, seemingly unaffected by everything that just went down. But the coach's words hang in the air. He truly believes our boy is fundamentally different from everyone else. He thinks our boy is missing something essential, some core drive that makes people people, and it's a chilling thought. The coach is laying into these guys, saying they only beat our boy because they're bigger. It's brutal. He asks if our boy thinks respect comes from being strong, and honestly, it's a good point. Now we're in a boxing ring, and the coach is straight up demanding our boy show some fire. He says there's nothing clearer than a fist, and that brute force is the easiest way to dominate. We see a match in progress, and the coach is yelling that it's exhilarating to prove your dominance. The coach holds up a championship belt, and the crowd is going wild. It's a huge moment. He's screaming at our boy to find out what he's worth, to push his limits and see how far he can go. But then the camera zooms in on our boy's eye, and it's glowing, like, seriously glowing, with this intense blue light. The coach is still ranting, urging him to prove himself, but our boy, he's not listening. That eye, though, it's like he's seeing something else, something beyond the fight, and it's terrifying. Our boy is teaching someone the own, two-punch, but he looks way too into it, honestly. He's got this intense stare, and it's clear he's not just showing technique. He's reliving something. We cut to him walking down this dingy alley, looking like he's hunting for a fight, and bro, the tension is building. He finds another guy, and it's clear this isn't a friendly meet-up. This dude is about to get wrecked. Our boy demands this guy raise his seat higher, and the other kid is visibly confused, but also scared. He starts going off on this other guy, saying he's not worth his time, and it's brutal. No way this is going to end well. He's talking about going to the boxing gym, but it's less about training and more about something else. The other guy finally snaps and yells at him, and our boy just stares him down, completely unfazed. But then he just loses it, screaming insults and demanding the other guy be lowered to his level. He's got this crazy grin on his face, and it's clear this isn't about boxing anymore. It's about control. He straight up demolishes the other kid with one punch. It's brutal, but so quick. However, the crowd isn't impressed, they're just silent. Our boy doesn't even flinch, he's already walking away like it's nothing. Episode 3 kicks off and our boy is looking seriously down, like the weight of the world is on him. The story straight up lays it out. There are only two types of people in this world, apparently. It's the weak and well, We don't know yet, but these two dudes in uniforms are definitely being sized up. One of them is grinning like a maniac, and honestly, it's unsettling, bordering on creepy. A bigger guy tries to intimidate our silent protagonist, but someone clocks him with a surprise smack. No way. The blonde guy is all over him, getting way too close for comfort, and it's clear he's the instigator here. This dude is straight up inhaling ramen, slurping it down like it's the only thing that matters right now. A group of guys are hanging around, looking tough, but honestly they're just kinda there, in the background. Our boy is standing off to the side, completely detached, like nothing phases him. It's kinda eerie. He's just standing there, stoic as ever, and you can tell this is only the beginning of something big. The creepy blonde dude is shoving candy into our boy's ramen, straight up contaminating the broth. He drops another piece of candy in, and our boy finally reacts, but it's unsettlingly blank. One candy plops into the ramen, and the blonde guy is cracking up, thinking this is hilarious. Our boy finally speaks, and it's just to call out the guy for messing with his food, but it's so monotone. The blonde guy is relentless, demanding to know if our boy is still hungry, pushing it way too far. He starts slurping down the candy-filled ramen, and the blonde guy is losing it, yelling about quality eats. Our boy is breathing heavily, looking completely drained, like this is physically exhausting him. He's clutching the sink, panting, and honestly, it's a little scary how little emotion he shows. A soccer ball suddenly dumps into his face, and the blonde guy is screaming about a bad pass. But our boy doesn't even flinch, just stares straight ahead, and you know this is about to escalate. Someone asks our boy why he's not playing, reminding him he crushed it during PE. He's just standing there. He gives a super vague same here, but then flashes this weird, unsettling smile. No way that's normal. A smaller kid approaches, and our boy asks him what he wants to be when he grows up. It's a strange question. The kid blurts out he wants to be just like him, and our boy is visibly shocked, like he can't process that. The smaller kid invites him over to try a new game, and our boy mumbles something. It sounds like acceptance. But the blonde dude is lurking in the background, and his expression is just creepy. This isn't good. They're both sitting on the steps, and the small kid starts muttering, while our boy just stares off into space. Our boy repeats the kid's mumbles, but it's like he's mocking him, and honestly, it's giving me chills. The small kid is looking at our boy, and the blonde guy is watching them both, like he's planning something. However, the blonde dude is about to make a move, and it's clear this playdate is about to get seriously messed up. The blonde dude straight up grabs the small kid, and our boy's eye is twitching, something is off. He's suddenly stepping forward, quick as anything, and the blonde guy is totally caught off guard. Our boy's expression is blank, but his eyes are wild, like he's barely contained, and it's scary. He's holding the kid back, and the blonde dude is trying to push past, but our boy is surprisingly strong. The blonde guy insists he was just messing with him, but it doesn't land. It's a flimsy excuse, and we see right through it. Our boy pulls the smaller kid closer, protecting him, and the blonde dude's face is twisting with rage. He's saying the small kid is a little turd, and honestly, this dude had it coming. Our boy's grip tightens, and he's looking down at the blonde guy with this terrifying, unreadable gaze. The blonde dude looks genuinely scared for a split second, but then tries to play it cool. However, our boy just stares, completely devoid of emotion, and it's clear this isn't over at all. Our boy is practicing throwing jobs like it's nothing. He's seriously fast, bro. He's pushing himself hard, panting, but his face is totally blank, no emotion at all. He's training like crazy, determined to get stronger, and it's intense to watch. But then, the blonde dude from earlier appears, looking down on him with a creepy grin. The blonde guy's saying he's here to test our boy, but we all know it's just bullying. He starts throwing punches, surprisingly fast, but our boy is dodging everything with ease. He's weaving and bobbing, making the blonde dude look clumsy, and it's almost embarrassing. However, the blonde guy lands a hit, and our boy stumbles. No way did that actually connect. Our boy's eyes are flashing, and he's staring at the blonde dude with this terrifying intensity. He's about to unleash something huge, and the blonde guy is realizing he messed with the wrong kid. Our boy just stands there, totally defeated, and straight up tells himself he's a loser. It's brutal, man. But then he shakes it off, and it's clear he's not giving up, even if he feels like trash right now. Okay, so episode 4 starts with a warning: things are about to get rough. Strong language and violence, apparently. We see 3 guys in suits, looking intense, and the episode title flashes, the night before. Something's definitely going down. Our boy, this white-haired kid, is getting straight up berated by someone. They're telling him to pull himself together and stop wallowing. He's clearly spiraling, huddled over and looking wrecked. But the other guy isn't letting up, demanding he fight back. Then bam! Someone gets clocked with a punch. It's brutal, no way. And everyone's shocked by the kid's strength. They're all saying his strength isn't normal, and honestly, it really isn't. This dude is a beast. The kid just breaks down, sobbing into someone's shoulder, and it's heartbreaking, even though he's kinda scary. But the guy comforting him doesn't seem fazed at all. He's seen this before, maybe. The scene cuts to the aftermath. The kid sitting alone looking completely empty, and it's a total mood. And then, another punch lands, and it's clear this isn't just about boxing. Something much bigger is happening. Someone's creeping around, opening a door, and it's the kid's dad, totally unexpected. Dad asks if our boy is still awake, and the kid replies he's just restless, but something's off. Dad mentions his aching shoulder, then starts rambling about his boxing days. Seems like a setup. He explains he was a pro boxer, always giving his all, no matter the opponent. A little foreshadowing, maybe. Dad says he'd do anything to win, that's what makes a pro, and the kid just agrees, kinda unsettling. But then the story shifts. He rarely faced truly strong opponents, and that's when things went south. Apparently, even as a pro, he'd freeze up, forget everything, and get absolutely destroyed. Wow. He describes getting beat like a punching bag, and it's starting to click. This isn't just boxing talk. This dude's dad is opening up about his fears, and honestly, it feels like he's warning his son about something. He's telling the kid about the terror of facing a stronger opponent, and it's a clear parallel to what's happening now. He thinks to himself it's finally over, that he can relax. But the moment you stay down, your boxing career is done. Dad's laying down some serious truth, saying even if you're beaten to a pulp, you can still get up. We get a super close-up of the kid's eyes, and they're intense, man, like, really intense. He's listening, face all tight, like he's actually processing something for the first time in forever. Dad calls him someone commendable, and honestly, it's kinda sweet, a rare moment of connection. The kid just says thanks, Dad, and heads to bed, acting totally normal, but it feels off. He's lying in bed, eyes still open, staring at the ceiling. Bro is clearly not sleeping. We see his body start to tense up, and then thump thump, he's restless. Something is definitely wrong. The panel cuts to a shot of the night sky, full of stars. It's beautiful, but also kinda lonely. And then we see his feet walking, leaving the building, and no way. He's going out again, in the middle of the night. No way. This dude just gets ambushed by a silver-haired guy who's been waiting for him, apparently. The silver-haired guy drops a bomb his homeroom teacher straight up gave him our boy's address. He starts laying into the kid about manners, then immediately kicks him, and honestly, rude. Our boy is sent flying, crashing into a wall, but he's already getting up, unfazed as always. The silver-haired guy grabs him by the head, grinning like a maniac, and this is getting intense. Close up on the guy's eye, and it's all sharp angles and creepy red dots. Definitely not normal. He's yelling at our boy to say something, but our boy is just there, taking the abuse. The silver-haired guy is still ranting, and this dude is seriously losing it, but our boy remains silent. He finally lets go, sighs dramatically, and it's clear this is just the beginning of something messed up. But the silver-haired guy isn't done. He's already planning something else, and it looks bad. Our boy is getting pummeled, but he barely flinches. Seriously, this dude has a jaw of steel. He's wandering through some back alleys, looking totally lost, and the silver-haired guy is right behind him. The silver-haired guy corners him, demanding to know his name. Backs and Rue, like it's a threat. But things get weird. The silver-haired guy's eyes glow, and he's grinning like a straight-up psycho. He's all up in our boy's space, and honestly, it's giving major villain vibes. The silver-haired guy starts walking away, but then turns back, and our boy just follows. They're walking side by side, and the silver-haired guy seems to be leading him somewhere specific. Suddenly, the silver-haired guy stops, and our boy nearly bumps into him. Talk about awkward. The silver-haired guy is still walking, and our boy is trailing behind, but something feels off. He's taking steps, and our boy is right behind him, but it's like he's being led on a string. He greets a group of guys with "Hi there," but his smile is seriously unsettling. It doesn't reach his eyes. The silver-haired dude straight up attacks them, and they're floored instantly. No way they saw that coming. One guy gets a nasty punch, and the silver-haired dude is just standing over him, demanding to see that face. He's giving a thumbs up, like he wanted that guy to get hurt. This dude is a whole different level of messed up. Our boy is in bed, but he's not sleeping. One eye is open, and he's clearly replaying everything. He's walking through the city, and it's dark and snowy, with the beaten guys still lying there. It's a bleak scene. The silver-haired guy is silhouetted against the night sky, and honestly, he looks like a predator. Someone's peeking in a window, and it's the silver-haired dude. Creepy alert. He's standing in the rain, looking totally emotionless, and it's like the world can't touch him. Our boy is fixated on the silver-haired guy, stalking him through the rain, and it's seriously intense. He's getting closer, but the silver-haired dude doesn't even flinch. It's like he knows he's being followed. Okay, so we jump right into the boxer, and the vibe is IMDA till intense, you guys. Heads up, this episode is gonna be rough. It's got strong language and some seriously brutal fights. Our boy is getting prepped for something big, but he looks totally blank, like he's running on autopilot. He's in the bathroom, and things are not great, let's just say that. He's clearly battling something. No way, he's shaving his head, straight up bald. This dude is making a change. And boom, transformation complete. He's rocking a suit and glasses now, trying for a completely new look. He's declaring this is a new him, but honestly, it feels like a mask more than a change. He walks into school and immediately gets smacked with a thump, like a rude awakening for his new self. Some guys are showing him a message they got yesterday, and he's completely ignoring them. Cold as ice. But he's tuning them out, because this dude is focused on something else entirely, and it's kinda creepy. Okay, so someone's late, and our boy is immediately calling them out. No chill at all. He's sitting alone in a nearly empty classroom, totally unfazed by the stares. But then we find out someone got beat up, and this dude is straight up admitting to it. He thinks he's untouchable, but someone's clearly coming for him. The tension is building. No way, they corner him, and it's a brutal ambush, fists flying everywhere. He's getting absolutely wrecked, but honestly, this dude had it coming. Someone's trying to hold him up, but he pushes them away, refusing any help. They demand their money, and it's clear this isn't just about a fight. It's a power play. This guy grabs his tie and starts shaking him, but our boy just stares back, unblinking. He's getting punched repeatedly, but he doesn't even flinch. This dude is a monster. Someone bursts in, yelling at him to stop, but our boy doesn't even react, he just stares back. He blurts something out and instantly regrets it. You can see the panic setting in. His heart is pounding, he's dizzy and sick, and suddenly realizes what he's done. He's trying to calm himself down, repeating "keep calm" over and over, but it's not working. He's frozen, but someone's already moving. The bald guy is straight up launching himself forward. No way, a quick job, and it connects. He's stumbling back, completely caught off guard. He's trying to brace himself, fists clenched, but the attack is relentless. He's backing up, 1 foot at a time, but it's clear there's nowhere to run. He's desperately trying to stay composed, but the fear is creeping in. This is bad. Another job lands, and this time he's definitely going down. This fight is about to get messy. The bald guy explodes, yelling at our boy for whatever he did, and honestly, this dude had it coming. He's reeling from the attack, clutching his face, but he's still trying to maintain his composure. It's wild. He's trying to hold it together, but blood is dripping down his chin. It's getting messy, fast. He's staring down the bald guy, hands clenched, but something's different. A flicker of emotion finally shows. The bald guy keeps coming, furious and relentless, and our boy flinches for the first time ever. He's tightening his grip, knuckles white, and demanding to know what's going on, but it's a desperate plea. He's begging him to stop, saying he can't take any more, and you can see the cracks in his stoic head. The bald guy just laughs, screaming insults. This is straight up brutal. He's really pushing our boy's buttons. He's losing it, yelling back about being a son of a bitch. Finally a reaction. It's about time. He's still clutching his tie, but his expression is changing. This dude is about to snap. You can feel it. He's shocked. Apparently, he breezed through the easiest level and landed straight against the final boss. No way! The final boss, this huge dude with spiky hair, is grinning like he's about to end our boy's career. It's intense. He demands to know what this is all about, but the spiky-haired guy just wants to see what he's made of. Talk about a challenge. Our boy is clearly rattled, clutching his tie, but the boss is just staring him down, waiting for a reaction. But then, a tiny crack appears in the boss's icy glare. A single drop of blood, and suddenly, things are about to get real. So, this new fighter, our boy, is squaring up against a seasoned pro, and honestly, it looks intense. He's getting absolutely pummeled, taking a beating, but he doesn't even flinch, which is kinda terrifying. This dude is straight up enjoying the pain, tightening his grip and inviting more punishment. No way! He's getting bloodied, but he's grinning and starts whispering a plan to himself, staying calm under pressure. But the pro thinks he's won, going in for the final blow, thinking it's over. However, our boy anticipated it, dodging the attack with reflexes that are honestly unreal. He grabs the pro's fist and is just squeezing, and the guy's face is showing the pain he's inflicting. The pro's hand starts cracking under the pressure, and he's realizing he messed with the wrong person. It's brutal, but he's not stopping, and the pro is completely overwhelmed, covered in blood. And just when you think it's over, our boy delivers a final, devastating blow, ending the match instantly. He's sizing up his opponent, thinking if he can land just one clean hit while the guy's off guard. But the pro isn't waiting around. He's launching a furious barrage of punches, cornering our boy. This dude is weaving and dodging, reacting to every blow with impossible speed. It's insane! He's calculating, analyzing, and honestly, he looks like he's enjoying this way too much. However, he's not just dodging, he's actively drawing the attacks closer, inviting them in. Then bam, he grabs another punch mid-air, and this time, he's not just squeezing, he's launching it. The pro's arm buckles, and the force sends him stumbling backwards, totally reeling. He's demanding to know how hard our boy has practiced, and honestly, it's a little intimidating. He wins up, promising to show him, and unleashes a devastating punch right to the pro's face. Straight up lights out, the pro is down for the count, and our boy is just standing there. He slams the pro against the ropes, then starts unleashing a brutal combo, no mercy at all. The pro is getting absolutely wrecked, blood flying everywhere. It's a total beatdown. But our boy isn't even breaking a sweat, just casually standing there with a creepy smile. He declares he went easy on the pro, and honestly, that's just adding insult to injury. 3 other guys show up, looking tough, and start talking about targeting someone named Ryu. The pro is a mess, completely broken, and barely able to stand. It's rough. Our boy is just watching him, analyzing, like he's some kind of specimen. He's peeling back the skin on his knuckles, and it's disturbing, to say the least. Then, a bright light shines down on him, and he looks completely empty. The pro tries to get up, but he's just collapsing again, totally defeated and broken. Our boy wipes the blood from his lip, declaring he won't fall for a one-armed trick. He's serious about blocking those punches. Round 2 begins, and this dude is already bracing for impact. It's gonna be intense. He tries to guard, but no way. The pro's punch straight up goes through his defense. Our boy is reeling, clutching his face, but he's not going down without a fight. He grits his teeth, screaming he needs to tighten up his guard. You can see the determination. The pro's attack lands, and it's brutal. Our boy is taking a beating, but he's still standing. He's getting wrecked, honestly, but keeps insisting he can block everything. This dude is delusional. He's taking a ton of damage, but his eyes are locked on the pro, analyzing every move. Our boy is barely holding on, covering his face. This is a rough spot, even for him. He screams he needs to tighten up, but it's clear he's struggling. This fight is pushing him. He's getting absolutely destroyed, but then, a strange smile spreads across his face. He's taking a beating, blood's flowing, but he straight up that likes it. This is getting weird. He declares this is what a real fight feels like, finally understanding the thrill of combat. He's still getting pummeled, but he's laughing. This dude is a masochist, honestly. He's down on one knee, but says he can play along a little longer. The resilience is insane. The pro lands another blow, sending our boy stumbling, but he's not backing down, not even a little. He's sliding across the floor, a trail of blood following him, but he's still grinning. It's unsettling. The pro goes for another hit, but our boy blocks it. He's actually adapting now. He's dodging and weaving, taking the pro's punches, but now it's like he's enjoying the challenge. He's still getting hit, but he's starting to fight back. This is about to get really interesting. He's still getting hammered, but now he's actively looking for the hits. This is insane. The pro's fist connects, but our boy barely flinches. He's actually bracing for it. He's moving, shifting his weight, letting the punches land with controlled force. It's a weird dance. The pro's feet are planted, but our boy is circling, goading him. He wants more punishment. He declares this is the perfect timing, like he's been waiting for this moment. What is going on? The pro throws a wild swing and our boy moves. A blur of reflexes, dodging with ease. He's right and close, practically begging for a hit. This is straight up terrifying. The pro wins up for a massive punch and our boy meets it head on, no flinching, no dodging. A huge explosion of impact, but our boy is already recovering, a twisted grin on his face. He's laughing, actually laughing, as the pro reels back. This dude is a different breed. He's backing the pro into a corner, demanding just one more hit. This is getting wild. The arena goes blinding white. No way, is this some kind of power-up? Our boy unleashes a flurry of punches, a straight-up relentless assault, and the pro is totally overwhelmed. He's connecting with every single blow, but it's not about hurting the guy, it's about feeling something. The pro collapses, and our boy stands over him, still grinning. This dude is on another level. Okay, so this episode starts with a warning: things are about to get rough, language and violence galore. We're immediately thrown into the ring with our boy, and his record is interesting. 13 wins, 12 losses, 2 draws. He's stepping into the ring looking straight up furious, eyes locked on someone in the crowd, and honestly, the intensity is insane. It's revealed he's fighting a guy who used to bully a kid he knows, so this isn't just a fight, it's personal, and he's RADY. The fight starts and this dude is just demolishing his opponent, but it's brutal, like really brutal and fast. He's landing blow after blow, and the other fighter is taking a serious beating. It's almost scary how quickly things escalate. Flashback time. We see him as a little kid, small and vulnerable, watching his dad fight, and it's clear this is where it all started. He's remembering a time he was helpless, and it's fueling the rage in the ring. But it's also making him reckless. Back in the present, he's getting pummeled, taking a ton of damage, and for a second, you think he might actually lose. But then, he just keeps going. He's covered in blood, but he's still standing, and honestly, it's terrifying. He's landing hit after hit, and his opponent is totally reeling. But then someone from the crowd jumps in. No way, it's his opponent's coach, and he's straight up attacking our boy mid-fight. Total chaos. Our boy gets knocked to the ground, and for a second, it looks bad, like really bad. But he's not down for long. He's back on his feet, fueled by pure rage, and the fight continues. He's unleashing a flurry of attacks, and the coach is getting absolutely wrecked, and honestly, he had it coming. The referee finally intervenes, stopping the fight. But our boy isn't stopping. He's going after the coach again. Security jumps in, trying to restrain him, but this dude is a whirlwind, throwing punches left and right. He breaks free, and it looks like he's about to seriously hurt someone, but then, everything goes black. He wakes up in some kind of sterile room, completely alone, and it's super unsettling. He's standing there, shirtless and bruised, staring out at something, and you can tell this isn't over. He's getting absolutely demolished, but still manages to get a punch in. Not bad for someone getting beat up. His opponent is talking smack, saying he's not so tough, but our boy just stares him down, completely unfazed. He's on the ground taking a beating, but refuses to stay down. This dude has some serious grit. He's back on his feet, spitting blood, and declares he's not done yet. Talk about a comeback. Everyone's shocked. Even the other fighters. They can't believe he's still standing after all that. But then, someone asks what even makes someone a true fighter, and it's a total mood shift. We get a full view of the back of his head. It's a little unsettling, honestly. What's going on in there? He's thinking back, remembering something, and his expression is totally unreadable. What's the deal? His opponent tries to go in for another hit, but our boy dodges it with impossible speed. It's unreal. He's suddenly super close, staring his opponent right in the face, and you can tell things are about to get intense. He's getting straight up sliced at, but our boy somehow anticipates every attack and dodges them all. His opponent lands a hit, and it sends him flying. No way he stays down after that. He's on the ground, covered in blood, but he's still trying to get up, refusing to quit. His opponent mocks him, asking if he thought learning to box would actually help. Rude. But our boy just stares back, completely deadpan, and says he didn't even think he'd win. The fight continues, and this dude is taking a serious beating, but he's still standing. It's insane. He's spitting blood, breathing hard, and honestly, it's a little terrifying how calm he is. His opponent keeps coming, landing blow after blow, but our boy just takes it. It's brutal. He's thinking about something, some kind of memory, and it's clearly messing with him. He's completely broken down, covered in blood, and just accepts the beating. What is going on? He's coughing up blood, completely wrecked, but then this dude straight up declares he's gonna become a boxer. He spits out a furious rant about sissy shit, and it's clear something seriously messed with his head. He's replaying some awful memory, reliving a brutal beatdown, and honestly, it's heartbreaking. He's picturing himself getting destroyed, but then he vows he's gonna get strong enough to hit back. He's determined to become a boxer, to become someone who can dish out the pain. It's a huge shift. He's still reeling, face all messed up, and he says he's going to start hitting people. A little scary, TBH. He's staring into a mirror, seeing all the blood, and it's like he's finally acknowledging the damage. He's lost in thought, remembering getting beat up, but now it's fueling him instead of breaking him. He's trying to force himself to feel something, anything, as he stares at his own injuries. He's completely blank, expressionless, and it's terrifying. Our boy is shutting down completely.